I was wrong about MJF. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm talking about because MJF, he is the talk of the wrestling world right now after making his return at Double or Nothing. And this comes at a very pivotal time for AEW and Tony Khan. They are trying to get a new media rights deal done. And at the end of 2024, because their current deal with Warner Bros. Discovery expires at the end of this year, right? And they're still in a exclusive negotiation window. AEW has seen declines across every business metric that there is to track. Television ratings, live attendance, merch, interest, social media engagement, you name it, to the point where they're literally bringing out Tony Khan and he's doing angles. He's part of a storyline. He legitimately got, not legitimately, but he actually got beat down by the Elite, right, in a work angle. And so we haven't seen MJF since World's End, December 2023. He dropped the AEW World Heavyweight title to Samoa Joe. He was such a pivotal person to this brand in 2023. He was their biggest star. You could make the case that he was a bigger star than CM Punk when CM Punk was there in 2023. Not in 2022. Punk was their biggest star in 2022. But because Punk missed so many months and he really wasn't around that much in 2023, and oh, by the way, when he was on AEW television, he was on Collision, not AEW's flagship show in Dynamite, a show in which always outdrew Collision. MJF was their biggest star. Every single time he was on television, he spiked the segment in the ratings to the point where they would consistently do vignettes and backstage segments with MJF throughout the show to help carry the numbers. Unfortunately, though, his work rate suffered due to injuries. And it was a shame because he had a torn labrum and some other injuries. And so going into World's End, we knew he was going to take time off. We knew he was going to drop the AEW World Heavyweight title to Samoa Joe, and that's exactly what happened. And then there was a report that he got shoulder surgery and he was going to be out for a while. And then Double or Nothing happens, and he shows up. And I'll recap what he had to say in that segment and where they went wrong with that segment. But let's get to today's topic. Where did I go wrong with MJF? Well, last week, I did a video talking about speculation about MJF potentially showing up in AEW soon. There was a report by Fightful Select, Sean Ross Sapp, very, very credible guy. Probably the most credible reporter in the game today. And he had heard that sources within AEW expected MJF to return soon, to the point where they were expecting him to be back for Forbidden Door in late June. And I thought it was BS because he was so beat up, and there was a report of injury, or a report of about him getting surgery. And I expected, okay, well, this guy was going to get surgery. He was going to be out for a year. That's why he waited so long with rehab, because he didn't want to get the surgery so he could return. They're not just going to bring him back to TV just to do promos for 6 months, 8 months, 9 months, right? There's no way this guy's coming back. Sure enough, Double or Nothing, he shows up, and I was wrong, and I have to admit that. I really do, because at Double or Nothing, right, he comes out, he interrupts Adam Cole's promo. Of course, Adam Cole, former storyline best friend of MJF, he turned on MJF at World's End in December, and that's the last time we saw MJF, right? Adam Cole also, to play into my admission, we knew that MJF was going to get his revenge on Adam Cole. That's what they set up for. But unfortunately, Adam Cole, well, he's still not medically cleared. So you're going to bring back MJF, say he didn't even get surgery, which clearly is the case. You can't even do the Adam Cole program. You literally built up 3 months worth of TV, and you can't even pay it off. And they had to nix the payoff of this. Fightful had a report about this morning about, like, they were going to do a big match, but then both guys got injured, and so it's like, well, we'll kick that can down the road. So MJF just kicked him in the nuts and moved on. MJF cut a promo. He talked about how he's the wolf of wrestling. He showed off a tattoo that says "Bet on Yourself" with an AEW logo and a poker chip on his right calf. That was tattooed on his skin. Obviously, for months, there was rumors, there was speculation that MJF had actually signed a new deal with AEW, and that is the reason why he stopped mentioning WWE. That is the reason that he stopped mentioning the bidding war of 2024, right? And no one could confirm it because MJF does not talk to the media whatsoever and nothing leaks. The only reason we thought there was a real chance that MJF shows up at Double or Nothing on Sunday afternoon was because PW Insider, they had heard from someone that they saw MJF with his girlfriend on a plane from New York to Phoenix. Now, Double or Nothing was in Vegas. Why would they fly him into Phoenix? Well, they didn't want MJF being spotted at the Las Vegas airport to give it away. So what happened was he flew into Phoenix, and then he drove, or was driven, to Vegas from Phoenix, right? And that's what they did, and that's how they kept it under there. The reason that I thought they made a big mistake, and I covered this on my 3 Horrible Booking Decisions video, was I thought you should have saved the MJF promo for Dynamite. I thought you wasted 2 weeks' worth of angles, or at least 2 nights' worth of angles in one night, which is a bad consistency that AEW and Tony Khan has. If you look at Double or Nothing, what was it? It was a great show that was extraordinarily overbooked with angles. Whether it was Chris Statlander's heel turn, whether it would be, you had Juice Robinson's return, you had Jack Perry set on fire, you had MJF's return. Oh, there was so much, right? A Gangrel showed up. But instead of MJF, and I pitched this at the time, it's like, okay, you could handle it 2 ways. Either MJF comes out and Adam Cole runs away, then you pay off that angle on Dynamite, and then the following week, MJF then cuts a promo, or just cuts a promo that night. Or you have MJF do what he did, which was kick Adam Cole in the nuts, and then goes on Dynamite this Wednesday night, I'm going to set the internet on fire, and drops the mic, and he's going to do a promo. And the promo that he did on Double or Nothing was very, very good. I love the promo. I just wish they would have saved it, because you need a little bit of something going into Dynamite of, okay, you start the show and Excalibur, he's running through his rundown and he goes, we will see and hear from MJF tonight. You do not want to miss this MJF promo, and you build it throughout the night, right? And in every quarter hour you go, MJF's coming up, main event, MJF will speak, final segment, and you can do a countdown. WWE has actually started doing this. So I thought that was a major miss by them. But yeah, I was wrong. I didn't think MJF was going to show up at Double or Nothing. And I had to admit that